Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes, Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
If he admits it, it casts a shadow on his victory over Hillary Clinton.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Let's be clear, Russia hacked the election.
Definitively, Russia hacked the election, and Russia is doing it again now.
Election-related cyber hacking.
Cyber hacking of U.S. elections. Cyber hacking of the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
The CIA, the FBI, NSA.
All of these intelligence organizations.
17 intelligence agencies.
All conclude that Russia hacked the election.
If we find out that Donald Trump just theoretically was colluding with Russia while they were hacking the election, that is completely impeachable.
This dossier alleged a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Russian effort to hack the election.
The director of national intelligence, the head of the National Security Agency, the head of the FBI, all of these intelligence experts saying Russia hacked the election.
The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, I mean, they've all said this. So to believe that that's wrong, you have to believe they're all involved in an elaborate conspiracy to get Donald Trump, which seems a little far-fetched to me.
That did not age well. Oh, man. They're so sure of themselves. Definitively. Oh. God, dude. That did not age well at all. You know what's crazy, and I think a lot of people have been saying this, the thing about conspiracy theories these days is that they're all right. Like, the COVID vaccine was fucked up. Figured out that Fauci pushed that shit when it shouldn't have. I mean, everything you can think of is seemingly coming true. You know what I mean? Like the Russia hoax, all of it. It's no longer theories. Like, this is legitimate information that we're getting, and it's crazy. You know, if anything shows you not to trust your government, this is perfect right here, you know, and it's sad. I know, like my generation tends to be like and the younger generation tends to be very untrustworthy of the government, because I think we feel like so many times they've been caught lying to us, and it's like, and it's both sides. I mean, there's more, whether you want to call it like the deep state that's in charge of the entire government, or Republicans and Democrats, whatever you want to call it. Like, no matter who's in office, whether it's Trump or Biden, whatever, they end up lying to us. You know what I mean? That freaking Epstein files. You know what I mean? That really pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've said this before in my videos, I'm libertarian, and a lot of people think I'm a Trumper. I thought he was the best choice compared to Kamala, and I would still pick him over her, even knowing this stuff, but it upsets me. You know what I mean? Like, fucking dude, that's wrong. If he doesn't have some like grand plan right now for this, you know what I mean? Like, because he's done that before. I've tried to think maybe in saying that he's not going to release them, maybe he's like playing a chess game and kind of tricking the Democrats to push really hard to get the files released so that they kind of fuck over like their own colleagues, you know what I mean? Because maybe, you know, because Trump knows who's on there. I have no idea. I have no idea. Or maybe he thinks it's best for the country because all these people, if they were to be found out, they would go down, you know, or maybe he's on the list. I don't know, but it pisses me off that he did that. That's you know, you have to be called out when you're wrong. So yeah, I wouldn't vote for him again, just based off that, unless it was somebody like Biden or Harris or something like that. But like if it was Elon Musk running versus Trump again, I mean he won't be, but I'd vote for Elon. Anyway, fucking tangent. What the hell are we talking about? Jesus. Oh yeah. So, but like my father, his generation, he's very, very, very leery to even entertain the idea that the government is that lies to us. And I was talking to him about some stuff about September 11th, and how obviously, that was a controlled demolition. You can tell, you know what I mean? That if that tower were to fall because of the plane hitting it, it would have tilted. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way it would collapse, because the structural integrity down the bottom was still there. So there's no reason for it to implode on itself. If it were to fall, it would need to tip. You know what I mean? That's the only way it can go down. The structural integrity is still there. And I asked him about that, and he said no, it's because a plane crashed into it. And I said, but it was a controlled demolition, obviously. I said, I know a plane did crash into it, but it was also a controlled demolition. And he was like, nah, you have to be really careful with those, conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And it's totally fine. I understand him. Like my grandpa was even more, and I think that's where like a super hyper active sense of like patriotism comes from, is because I think our government's kind of over time gotten worse. The deep state's gotten worse and stuff like that. But for them, America was like that. For me, the deep state runs shit, dude. and it's not good. You know what I mean? So much bad shit is always going on. And it doesn't look good, But yeah, if you're, conspiracy theorists, if that's what you want to call us, we're like fucking 25-0 right now. You know what I mean? This is another perfect example, dude. Yeah, that's it, dude.